What is your goal? What do you want? What's your goal right now? Put it in the comments. If you don't know what that is, if it took you longer than 5 seconds to come up with something, then you don't know what your goal is. You don't know where you're headed. Where you going? If you have to think about it, you don't really know what you want. You have no destination. Imagine you opened your Google Maps app right now and you wanted to go somewhere, but you didn't have an address. You just knew it was somewhere in the universe, but you didn't have no address. You think it's going to take you to the right spot? You think it's even going to get you anywhere close to where you want to go? Your goal that you set for yourself is like a destination. A lot of people don't even have goals. I didn't for the longest time because I didn't understand the importance, the psychological aspect of it. Having a goal, working towards something, having an aim, a target. You have to have that if you want to go somewhere. If you want to get anywhere, you need to have a destination, at least an idea. Imagine if a plane left the airport somewhere and didn't have an idea where it was going, or a ship. You see, in every aspect of life, there is a destination at the end of it. Somebody wants to build a building, they have blueprints. They know exactly what the building is going to look like before they even start construction on it. You have to have a goal. You have to set a goal. And this goal should be something greater than what you can see at the moment in time. It should be something that you don't even know how you're going to reach right now. It should be something big. I think we've been programmed to think small. We've been programmed to think that small things are what we aim for. Like, a lot of people want to make $100,000 a year. That's a pretty small goal. Especially nowadays, what the hell can $100,000 buy you? Can get you shit out here. You know what I mean? What, the average house is like $400,000 now. What's $100,000? That's a small goal. I got mentors that make that in a day. You have to think big. So you want to create a goal that's outside the realm of what you believe that you're capable of right now. When you see something, maybe you see a nice car, maybe you see somebody driving a Lamborghini, or maybe a new SUV Escalade or something like that. What do you think when you see something like that? Do you think like, hey, that's a nice car, I'll get one of those, I'm gonna have one of those, I'm working towards getting one of those? Or do you think like, I can't afford that? Like, it would be nice. Like, you can't think like that. Because when you think like that, the brain automatically shuts down. When you say, I can't afford something, or I can't do that, or I could never do that, I'm too scared to do that, I can't afford that. The brain's like, okay, we can't afford that. We ain't thinking about nothing outside of what you just said. We're not thinking more. The brain is going to shut off from that point. In sales, I've been in sales most of my life. In sales, they teach you, when you're dealing with a prospect, don't ask yes or no questions. Because a yes or no question is a dead end question. There's only so many things you can say to that. There's only so many things you can say. It's no, yes. Now what? Ask open-ended questions. You need to ask your mind that in the same way. You need to ask yourself that in the same way. Don't say you can't do something. You can't afford something. How can you do that? Ask your brain, how? How can I attain that? How can I make that happen? How can I afford that? Ask your brain that. Goal setting is the same way. So if you set a goal that's higher or bigger than anything that you know how to do right now, that's good. You can ask your brain, ask yourself, how can I accomplish this? I want to make a $2 million a year, just for example. Now you can say, I can't do that shit. I can't do that shit. I don't have the skills. I don't have the knowledge. I don't have the network. I can't do that. You could say that. Your brain's going to be like, okay, yeah, we can't do that shit. We ain't going to think nothing about it. Or you can ask yourself, well, how? How could I do that? Now your brain's going to start working. How could we do this? How about we look at some people who have done this? How about we think about the ways that it can be done? You know what I mean? Your brain's going to automatically start seeking out ways, thinking of ways that it can be done. Maybe thinking of how to, like I said, reach out to somebody, or not necessarily reach out, but research somebody who has done that. Somebody who has made $200,000 in a year. I mean, in a month. There are people out there that make that type of money. There are people, there's a woman that made $1 million in one day. People are making astronomical amounts of money in money on a daily basis that might be hard for you to conceive right now, but they're doing it. So by opening your mind, by setting a big goal and opening your mind and asking yourself how, that simple statement, or altering that statement that I can't do something into a question of how could I do that, that simple twist right there will get your mind working. Get the creative juices in your brain flowing. Your brain is astronomical, magnificent. That mind of yours can do some magnificent things, right? But you got to put it to work, and you got to think bigger than what you know or what you think or conceive right now in your head. But that's just my video on goal setting. Set a goal, set a big goal, dream on it, fantasize about it. Take some time, sit down, set a goal. Let your imagination run, because that goal that you set, you can't do something big with a small mind. You have to expand your mind, because it all starts in the mind. You have to think bigger first before you could ever do anything bigger out here. This Rob, man. Catch y'all on the next.